Good morning, everybody. Hold on, let me see if I have my whistle. I have to attach it to my necklace before I go, because my other whistle's right there. And if I forget the whistle, then I can't tell them to go inside for recess. But I think we're also, I don't know how bad the smoke is right now. This is not an introduction. This is just you in the middle of my conversation in my head. I don't know how much smoke there is outside because we've been having inside recess, and that's been interesting. That's been like weird to me. Like, honestly, I'm just like, this is way different than, outside recess. Obviously, you're going into classrooms and you're like, no, what's the teacher's rules? And so you're asking all the kids, you're like, hey, you look like a good kid. What's the teacher's rules? And then, they all tell you and you're like, okay, that's good. Like, the first thing I want to find out, I'm like, okay, what is there, like, something that you guys do, like Quiet Coyote, or I don't know what this one means, but they do this one, or like they have a bell in some other classrooms, and it's like all things, like, I just want to figure out how to get the whole room quiet so I could talk, because I don't want to be like yelling over. I don't like yelling. So that's what I've been doing, is just finding a way to silence the classroom while they're in the classroom and be like, hey, you guys, you gotta clean up. We're all done. Or, hey, you guys, we gotta keep it down a little bit. Or, hey, you guys, we're not hitting each other with the toys. So yeah, that's been fun. I mean, I would say it might be less stressful than like outdoor recess. Outdoor recess, so many kids with scraped knees, so many kids with scraped hands and stuff, just like so many band-aids. Like, the amount of band-aids that I've gone through since I started this job is crazy, because I'm just like, how are you all just like hurting yourselves? Like, how are you all just falling so easily? But I've almost tripped here. Like, there was this one little sidewalk uneven like bump, and I literally like almost ate shit in front of one of the teachers in a whole kindergarten classroom, and I'm like, I'm good, I'm fine. That would have been bad. I'm tall, the floor is far from me. Yeah. I brought my school book with me because I was gonna do a quiz, but then I woke up at 8 and I didn't leave till 8:11, and then I got to Dutch Bros at like 8:20, and then I hit every single stoplight on my way back, or on my way to work, and I'm like, how is this even humanly how is this possible? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, every single light that I had was just turning like yellow to red, so it just like stopped. So yeah, that was fun. And now I'm here and I'm like, well, can't take the quiz now, don't have enough time, because I don't want to start something and then just like either be late to work or incomplete the assignment. So there's this one quiz on Friday that I took that was unnecessary. Quizzes aren't as much as discussions, and I felt like I had to get 100 on it because it was just so, it was 10 questions. You could take it a limited amount of times, and I was just getting a consistent 80, and I'm like, what am I missing? It was like trick questions. Like, they were questions that I was confident that I was correct, and after, I think I took like 25 attempts, because I was really like, it was bugging me that I was like not figuring it out. I got 100. I was like, okay. Like, I literally had to go through like each question and like submit it, and I'm like, this probably looks so weird to my professor, but oh well. If you give me the amount, or if you give me the option to do unlimited attempts, I'm gonna at least get 100 on this. At least now I've memorized your like discussion requirements. So I don't know. I stayed up until like 1 last night. mainly like doing my art assignment. I turned it in and it was marked off at like 10 points because I didn't do a black backdrop, and I'm like, I could have done that so easy. I should have looked at the requirements. I was just like going at it real fast, like just here you go. Here's what I got. But I should have at least did that, or like centered it a little bit more. Yeah, there's some things I could fix, obviously. I have another art project due tonight, but I don't know what I'm gonna do for it. So far, like last time we did like a word with an image and they like both relate, so I did like this water one, so it was like a water stream pointing up, and each of the little like edges was where the letters for water was, and it went like water. And then the second one I did, it was like a horizontal drawing, and it was of a truck or semi-truck in front of a truck, and the guy in the truck was very like angry, and they're driving across the mountains at night, and they have like their headlights on, and this is so detailed now, and the word was frustration, and I'm like, yeah, because like going like 25 miles per hour in a 55 is not fun, especially with like semi trucks, because sometimes they like don't know how to drive on the mountain roads, or like they're too heavy and so they have to drive slower. Some though, like there was this Walmart truck, I swear it had nothing in it. If it had like stuff in it, I would be worried. That thing was like riding my ass so bad one time, and then like the second it passed me, it was like whew. I was like, what the fuck? And then I caught up to it. I'm like, okay, you were like riding my butt the whole time. I'm going like 50 to 70 miles per hour, and now I'm caught up with you again. Like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? But yeah, usually when I drive through the mountains in my hometown, like whenever I would go out town, the biggest like thing to slow you down was like hay trucks. Like hay trucks have to go like 25 miles per hour, and it just like, you're like, why are we going so slow? And then you finally hit the passing lane, and the passing lanes aren't that long, so you finally hit the passing lane and you're like, oh, it's this guy. It's him. I also hate like when another type of frustration, if I could have fit it on the page, I don't think I would have been able to fit it, was just like a long line of cars, and like multiple of those cars are like in the passing lane, you know, trying to pass a truck, but then they're not fast enough, so like they take so long to pass the truck. By the time they pass it, the passing lane's over, and everyone behind them is stuck behind the truck, and you're like, you could have just let those people first. Like when because I know that when I used to drive like slow, I used to like immediately on passing lanes before trying to pass the truck ahead of me, I would pull over to the side so that everyone that was like way faster than me could do it first, and then I could attempt to do it. It just makes things go faster that way, instead of just trying to get in the passing lane and pass the truck. Like, you need to be considerate of your speed. Like, if you're not going as fast, get over. Because you're just gonna waste a lot of people's time, especially with in my like hometown, there's like no passing lanes. There's like 3 or 4 passing lanes, so like you have a rare amount of time to pass people, and it lasts for like miles on end that you're like stuck behind somebody, and that person has to either willingly take a turnout, which no one wants to willingly take a turnout. No one. Only like some semi trucks, some RVs, some people hauling things. Very rare occasions people like take the turnout and like let people pass them, but some people have it like in their heart. It's like their pride. They're like, nope, not gonna pull over. Like when I was heading over to home from Reading, there's this truck that just wouldn't pull over, and I'm like, sir, like, you may think you're going fast, and that's on like the straightaways, but the second that you hit the turns, you like slow down to like 15 miles per hour, and it makes me frustrated because I'm just like, I can go through this street way faster, and if you just pull over, then we wouldn't have this problem. You know, I would be ahead of you. I wouldn't be riding your butt. These like 6 cars behind me won't be riding your butt. I don't know. I guess today's theme is traffic or just art projects. But yeah, I just drew that from like personal experience, I guess. Like it was in my head. It's either that or I was gonna do my cat jumping or I was gonna do like a frisbee being thrown. So, and I didn't know how much more detailed I could have got in the frisbee, so. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful day. Oh, my outfit of the day, real quick, and then I'll say goodbye. It's my Cat's Cradle t-shirt. It's my white capris with an elastic waistband, which I really like because it like pulls it in correctly. And then I'm wearing green Crocs because my toes are still blistered. I don't know if I told you, but Friday I wore new shoes and my toes ended up getting blistered from the new shoes. Like by the end of the day, I was done walking, and now like I'm just trying to like have them do the healing process. Not like I don't wear Crocs on a regular basis, I do, but like in this occasion, it's for a reason. And then my jewelry, like my necklace, and this, I didn't wear this yesterday because I forgot. And yeah, that's about it. Like, I don't know. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.